I gave away my sound effect to an orphan karate master. Well, welcome back to Jimmy in the Pulsating Mass. Previously, we did some archaeology. Then we went to the movies to see something worse than, you know, that movie about felines. I heard that movie's getting a patch now. Man, what kind of year are we living in, 2020? Well, soon enough. Anyway, we have all the access nodes and all the light bulbs, which means you could enter the volcano. There's something in here that's extremely secret. And we're gonna get it, because why the heck not? Seems like they were practicing some weird rituals in here. But there's eggs and wings and there's bird statues, so it can't be all that bad. We can't really solve this just yet. I mean, we could light the fires, but they don't stay lit. There's some kind of weird Legend of Zelda fire. I'll have to get back to that. Then we could go take on the Pulsating Mass, once we're done here. It's the only thing left in the endgame. And then we could do a little bit of the postgame. Just a little bit, though, because it's ridiculous. But yeah, Volcano's gonna volcano. Treasure chests are gonna treasure chest. That's the weapon for Hitomi, the supernova. Even though I'm not quite sure why we're getting a Hitomi weapon. I hope Hitomi's long out of our party. But obviously there's dragons in here. And smoke dudes. The smoke dudes are physical resistant, so they won't take much damage from Jimmy's attack. But it's still on normal, because Jimmy is absolutely ridiculous now, thanks to Helga's Dreamstone. If you're wondering, none of these statues do anything. They're just here for decoration. They're just here to be statues. Looks like this volcano has seen better days. I mean, obviously, it's a volcano. Plant life isn't going to do too well on it. But we can't get to that treasure chest just yet. I have a feeling we're going to need to solve a volcano. This volcano is a bit more lush. It's quite active right now. We gotta jump over this lava pit to get over here. And this gives us more rubies! Yeah, grow that bank account. Once this is all over, I'm buying Mr. Grouse. And he gets us the Burning Tuxedo. The Burning Tuxedo is, slight stat boost. Like maybe 20 defense. About 20 mat. Not much in the attack range, though. Well, actually nothing in the attack range. And it comes at an HP drain, so I'm gonna stick with the Apocalypse Jacket if you don't mind. I think there's a few more enemies in here we should fight. Because this is kind of like an access node area. It's specific to a character. It has a guardian, wearing their personality on their face. There he is! He also comes with this, Gusto here. Gusto can revive itself. But Fire Guardian... that looks like the shifty personality. It's not fashionable. It's not any of the main characters, because we went to their access nodes. It has to be shifty. Which means this officially is the Punch Tanaka area. That's right, he gets a volcano. What'd you do with your day? I mean, I get a volcano because I'm the new Punch Tanaka. So I belong here. This is my place. But yeah, that's the Fire Guardian. He wears a shifty bag. I just want to double check that I'm on normal, but I'm pretty sure I am. I want to play the rest of this game through normal. I'm too powerful otherwise. The volcano's not a very long section now. We're already at the end of it. And there's that thing the theater told us about. Another bird. It's a phoenix! They do exist! Well, we're gonna have to kill it now. Let's see. I gotta prep up my usual. Phoenix, well, it's a magical type of bird, obviously. It has a magic missile, has a fire attack, has a regular physical attack. It has a self-damaging counter that lasts 3 turns. And right after it sets up a counter, it'll either do AoE magic or double rampage on Lars. But I'm gonna just go tearing right through that counter. The most it could do to me is like maybe a couple hundred damage. It's not gonna be impressive. Yeah, I could have sworn I put Vaporize on Helga. Well, I could always put it on Jimmy. Jimmy needs the buffs. And get some molecular beams going. Now Lars is going to defend just in case there's a rampage coming. It's a rampage! You just took a ridiculous amount of damage. Downside is this one has 2 lives. And it changes up its tactics for the second life. Now it has a double rampage on the regular. It also has its Liquid Flame AoE attack that could use. It has a Fireball attack. And its counter setup will either go into a bigger magical AoE, or it will hit you with Quad Rampage like it did just there. Also, its stats are a little bit better. As you can tell, counter lasts a while. Time for another... Oh. Well, I don't need the mana burn, but I will rampage. I choose to rampage. I'm gonna need to buy more fire alarms after this. We're coming up on the final boss now. There's that liquid flame. Luckily, we're overpowered. I love being overpowered. Especially since we have Sunny Day. Improved healing. It heals so much damage. Look at that. Unfortunately, it's like a 7-turn cooldown or something like that. Alright, I'm just gonna finish this thing off properly. Jimmy steals the show, as usual. Stop it with your attacks. That was his other area of effect attack. But we defeated the hidden boss. The Phoenix. I feel bad, because now that egg's gonna die. That's okay. That Phoenix will be back in no time. And the volcano's all better. See? It knows what it's doing. The Phoenix line continues. Though it's probably gonna bear a grudge against us, considering we just killed his mother. Also, Jimmy has an imagination. Oh, right, yeah, real life. Well, at least that means you're okay. Maybe they should just turn it away from you, though. You know, help you get some sleep. Can't get better if you're not comfortable, right? Anyway, hospitals suck. Don't worry, Jimmy, we'll get through this. You got your dream world. We'll defeat this pulsating mass. Oh, he's getting better. No, that's not better at all. Jimmy reaches out and sips from his coffee. And now you burn down the hospital. Way to go, Jimmy. What could this possibly be? Spontaneous combustion? Shoe of Horizon? Whatever it is, he feels like he could fly now. And thus, Jimmy becomes... a new Phoenix! He has the Phoenix form now. He can set things on fire with his area of effect ability. He's a Super Ghost. And that's pretty much what it is, Super Ghost. You get one magic defense and 1 agility every level. Also, it has magical attacks. This one doesn't have a cooldown, it actually has a warm-up. You have to wait 2 turns before you can actually use it. But it is an area of effect attack. Sacrifice, Jimmy could give himself up and heal everybody else. Sacred Fire, you could revive somebody. And Calming Breeze is a area of effect healing ability. Obviously, it's not as good as Punch Tanaka, since physical abilities are fantastic in this game. And magic is just kind of there. Doesn't have as much synergy. But the Volcano's all better. The enemies haven't changed though, because it is still a volcano. But we could always Jimmy Phoenix for a while. Why the heck not? He's ridiculously powerful no matter what form he takes. Even though Punch Tanaka, he gets a bonus to attack stats. So, there's that. Also, don't take these enemies lightly. I'm taking these enemies lightly. They could tear you a new one if you're not paying attention, like I was. That Gusto has an area of effect lightning ability. Basically, you just lose a turn. And take a whole bunch of damage in the process. Well, at least Jimmy could use his healing. There we go. It's about as good as, what is it? Compassionate Smile? From Helga? Or his flower ability? Still 50% of HP. But since the plant life is back, we can get this. The Glass Cathedral music. Jimmy's weird. I don't think any other form does that. No, every form does do that. Never mind. He can just moonwalk down fly down a vine. He's talented as a bird. He has some practice at it. Thus reaffirming the bias that Jimmy likes birds more than dinosaurs, because he knows what's up. He knows the deal. He knows the score. I'm heading back to the beginning of the volcano. Of course, I could have just VIP passed my way here. But heck, we're already here. I got to talk about birds. You need the Phoenix to open this. And you get the Warrior Spirit. That I like putting on Jimmy, because you can replace the Monster Teeth with the Warrior Spirit. He gets even more crit, more attack power, and more mat. So he's even more stacked for attack power. Now we can move on with our day. I took the liberty of farming up Marvelous Coins. I went to Fishy Land and fought those Lucky Nikos, because if you steal from them, you get a Marvelous Coin, and once you beat them, they automatically drop another Marvelous Coin, so you can get 2 at once. Now that I got 60, we can get to the rest of the stuff from Mr. Marvelous. Actually, we should give him a call. Make sure he knows that we're coming. I'm going to dial the Marvelous hotline. No, I haven't seen him, buddy. Sorry. It's always the last place you look. I don't think that worked in your favor. Well, then again, he did remember where they were eventually, so it kind of worked. He's not wrong. He is not wrong. It's so very sad, but he's not wrong. Let's pay him a personal visit. Hey, Marvelous, I got more of those coins. For 50 Marvelous coins, you get the Marvelous Cannon. It's a devastating weapon of death that can also kill you. It's bad. The Marvelous Cannon is the best cannon in the game, but it leaves you with 1 HP every turn. Look at that attack power, you can't argue with that. Then again, of course you can, because you dropped to 1 HP. But we have 60 Marvelous Coins. We're gonna get something truly marvelous. The Club Pass. This is kind of junky, though. He didn't have any other good prizes. It's just something he found in a dumpster one day. I wonder what could it be? Now he's all out of things. Time for another marvelous adventure. Are you gonna take your brother with you this time too? No, apparently not. Marvelous went off by himself. Well, we do have a way to get in contact with him. Because he has another thing for us, but he didn't give it to us. Hey buddy, you forgot something. Yay! Thank you, Mr. Marvelous! Of course, I believe in myself too, because I'm powerful. Oh, I already got that one. There is one custom line in this phone call. I don't seem to be getting it right now. I thought it only happens after you give him all the coins. Well, he's gonna need to fix that. Surely I can't call him anymore after he destroyed his phone. No, he's just a big Butterfingers. That is so completely froggy. I'm not gonna try anymore. If you call him, one of the voice lines in it will tell you that Mr. Marvelous came up with some kind of pyramid scheme. He basically describes a pyramid scheme. But if you could look around this entire world, you won't find Mr. Marvelous. He's missing. He's not even at home. We have an item that takes us right to Mr. Marvelous. I wonder where he ended up. What the heck is this? He fell into the space between spaces. He's an elder god now. Or some kind of tentacle creature. It's gonna suck you inside of itself. And you'll live a life of eternal pain. Either or. Anyway, here's some junk. The Marvelous Stone. Well, I got tuned stones and a club pass, so you might be wondering where we use these things. It's actually right here in Shinryu. Remember that club that has our buddy, the ninja? Well, there's also a Mount Fuji, and he's in our way. We have a club pass. We're a VIP. Which means we could enter the Room of Happiness. Doesn't seem very happy in here. It's not even playing Earthbound. Kinda reminds me of the Porky Theater. But this is where we use our stones. It randomly plays scenes related to the stone. So we have the Information Stone and the Marvelous Stone. So this isn't the Room of Happiness, this is the Room of Bitter Failure. Oh, I don't know why Mr. Marvelous would have this on his stone. It's the Legato Knights! Then again, they suffered miserable failure while fighting me, so I guess that makes sense. And there's Information Guy! He's dead. As Information Guys like to do. Mr. Marvelous, don't be so sad. Why? This is the Room of Happiness. What are you doing here? Okay, that was very nice, thank you. There are many, many scenes. Well, it looks like he's going to the abyss of eternal pain himself. He'll look at Mr. Marvelous and he'll go, "This is truly the place of pain." Anything else? How about no on Mr. Fuji? Thank you. So that's what the stones are for. There's 8 stones in the game. All of them have their own custom scenes. If you're wondering if it influences some kind of ending, I have bad news. It doesn't. It's just There. And you have to do some particularly hard things to get them. You gotta beat the Dark Dungeon twice, you gotta collect 10,000 arena points in the post-game. You gotta do some other stuff. I'll get some easy stones and we'll come back and see what they are in the post-game. I'm not getting all of them. There's no point. There's no secret ending. And unfortunately, you're gonna wish there was. Because now we're at the Pulsating Mass. Might as well get some of this out of the way. I'm pretty sure I'm stocked up. This is going to be a one-way trip. So Cubans ran in here. Ew. Burn it all! Pulsating Mass really messed this place up. There's no going back from now. Here's Rubik. And terribleness. We got fleshy enemies, because Pulsating Mass is going to pulsate. No matter what. We got the Shiver, which is basically it with an eyeball. No, not cousin it. Thing! Thing with an eyeball. Now speaking of things, that one's twitching. Well, we're gonna have to destroy this. We're gonna have to just level this whole thing. Kill this Pulsating Mass from the inside out. Everything's terrible here. Except for Cubans. Cubans is the only sanity in this crazy flesh world. We're gonna have to take care of some things. Ah, I forgot a thing out on the world map. Luckily, I wrote down the code. There's a tiny little island to the east of the Pulsating Mass. There's a robot dude there. And ew. At least we know where the contamination guy came from. There's a little robot dude trying to clean the sand. And you shake him, he gives you a code. And you bring the code in here, and you'll be able to get another stone. Yeah, even in the one-way trip area, you can get a stone in it. Also there was some music there, but it's just music for the central hub when it's not fleshy. Here we're just going back through these areas because we have to activate nodes again. Ugh. I hope you guys didn't have a big dinner. Pulsating Mass has turned the body horror up to an 11. Of course, he's a Pulsating Mass. Yeah, can we talk about that for a moment? Because that's not currently a thing. Just stick your talon in there. Jimmy kind of flies like a hummingbird at the moment. At least it's better than a red-billed squawker. Not capable of flying much at all. But that was the P room. You saw it, I saw it, everybody saw it. Some things you're going to wish you haven't seen in this area. Well, that's one node out of the way. We have several more before the end of this game now. I think this is the mouth room, which is where you would enter the code for the stone. I wrote the code down, I don't think it changes. Yep, it's the mouth room. The mouths are currently not operating, even though mouth is kind of flesh's thing, you know? When you have body horror, it usually has lots of mouths. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And the robot gives you a code that's 5, 1. This would be a lot easier if it wasn't dark in here. 7. Back to 2. I think this is 2 here. Yeah, this is 2. Then, where's my code again? 3. 6. And 4. I put in the code! That's because you're turning into meat. Robot can't stand turning into meat. And that's how you get the pulsating sound. You're putting in that code that you get from the little island. I'll visit the little island in the post-games, because obviously we're not going back now. We gotta put in the the anti-Jimmy. We have to deconfirm Jimmy. That's the only way the pulsating mass will deal with us. I just don't want to fight any more of those flesh monster things. They're disturbing looking. They're the same monsters that we saw before anyway. So that's another reason why I don't want to fight them. Also, this music isn't very thrilling. It's just this droning, hey, you're in an evil zone music the entire time. Now here's the eye room. We've seen the eye room before. I wonder if the telescope is still working. I mean, considering the telescope is now meat. And meat isn't very good at telescoping things. Ew. Ew, that is beyond gross. It's almost as bad as some of the scenes I've seen from cats. I'm gonna constantly diss cats, you can't stop me. That's a bad omen. Things aren't looking good for Jimmy. The pulsating mass is getting an upper hand. Can't let that happen. We mustn't let that happen. Jimmy's the hero. He's fighting a meat creature. You can't let the meat win. Don't trust meat. I don't even understand why we're made out of meat. It's such an inefficient material. It's squishy, but you can't exactly mold it into anything because it always wants to be some particular shape. That shape is usually some kind of boring blob-like thing. It breaks down no matter how well you take care of it. It's got most of these meats have this weird bony structure coming out of them that is clearly not a beak. I'm not quite sure what that is. All I know is it's terrible. Is that what teeth look like? I hate it. That's exactly what teeth look like. Just let you know, that is you're ugly. To Bird. To Bird, you are ugly. What you are now is what this area looks like to Bird. Just to let you know, you should be disappointed in yourself. Why didn't you come from an egg? Oh no, all the memories are gone. Jimmy's memory is going fuzzy. That's not good. I deconfirmed this memory bank. I don't know what it is now. It's definitely not storing memories. That's another reason. Flesh took over a technological area, and now nothing's working. Gee, I wonder why. Is it because meat is stupid? Meat is stupid. You see, the machines had it handled. It was all pristine and clean in here, and now it's gonna take a while to scrub all this out. Not without some kind of divine intervention. Oh look, more new enemies. I want to kill them. Which I think is their point. I just want these things to die. That thing was the gut worm. I'm not quite sure what this thing is, but if I dissed it, it won't be able to hear me anyway. Alright, what's its name? Grunk. That's a boring name that should be killed. The gut worm can infest a member of your party and do physical damage from inside of them. Don't let that happen. Kill it immediately. Make it die. This must be the hangar area. It looks a little familiar. Yep. This is where the robots were hooked up. Now it's just an eye repository. I liked it better when it was robots. Pulsating mass is in the wrong here. Pulsating mass is totally in the wrong. Oh, some of the ships are back. But they're now flesh ships. They're just giant chunks of ship. I don't think that's aerodynamic in the least. Luckily, we got the iron flamingo out of dodge. Granny is currently on an island. No. I wouldn't say she's currently on an island. More like her mechanical body is. She had to self-terminate. She violated the Grand Maternal Code. Do not harm Jimmy. So many repeating enemies. You would think Flesh would be more original than that. I have a vendetta against Flesh. I hate it. I wonder if we could actually get out of here by using a VIP pass. Does the pulsating mass account for that? that I would get that from the Dark Dungeon. You know, it's my dream world. I could go wherever I want. Flesh be darned. I'm gonna have to activate all these nodes, though. Well, this is a fun room of death right here. What is this? This needs to go. That needs to get Kung Fu punched. That's what it needs to do. Flesh orbs are forbidden. So are brain piles. I'm sure they do something magical. I don't let them live long enough. I just murder them immediately. I'm usually way too overpowered by this point. Now, welcome to the out of time room. No one's bothering you with the pills. The pulsating mass hates pills. He just wants you to get more unhealthy, so he can make more flesh, because that's how it works. Getting a little cyberpunk transhumanism in here. Replace your flesh with metal. It lasts longer, it's more durable, you can mold it into whatever you want. Just think about it. If you replace your body with a robot body, that robot body could look like anything you want. As long as it's operational. If you want to be bird, just be bird. Just make a robot bird. And put your brain in it. Or maybe download yourself into it. We need this kind of technology, or this is going to be everybody's future. Terrible. Cubans, how can you tolerate it here? It's awful. I'm VIP passing out. Take that, pulsating mass! Heck with you. Obviously we're going to be fighting him some other time. I just wanted to see if the VIP pass would work. This is the robot you shake! Raku snafu flep plef blah blah. There's a few extra syllables in there. That translates to the code I used. I think it's the same for every game. And that's music. Also, that robot is just trying to clean sand forever. So, next time on Jimmy and the Pulsating Mass, we have all the nodes activated. This looks, mildly suggestive in some way. Get that off the screen. Next time on the Pulsating Mass, the Pulsating Mass. It won't be a pulsating mass for much longer. Burn it down! Good night, folks.